East of I-205, firefighters watered the hillside to stop a fire on Mount Scott Boulevard. Another fire sparked close to Rocky Butte Park. That is now under control. Add to this, officials are saying fireworks may have actually started a fire that destroyed a derelict duplex in the Lloyd district.
And our investigator Jan Tilkin has been looking into the history of this particular house.
Yeah, so I checked city records and found out that a dangerous building case was opened on June 7th, and coincidentally, the owner filed for a demolition permit the same day. And then 2 days later, the city red tagged the building, officially designating it as dangerous. The house at Northeast Halsey and 6 was built back in 1911, and firefighters say witnesses spotted someone throwing fireworks into the building just after midnight. The duplex burned to the ground. Now, we did a story back in April, this video right here, when crews put out a previous fire. At that time, they told us there were reports of people living inside where it was cluttered with trash and human waste. Today, I talked with the Bureau of Development Services, which told me the owner has been cooperating. Last week, an inspector saw the doors had been boarded up and the garage door was secure. Now, a city spokesman told me he may know more in a few days as to how the demolition will proceed after firefighters finish their investigation.
Yeah, back in April, those firefighters told us they were very familiar with this particular house.
Yeah, in April, that was the second fire they had been to in just a matter of months, and today's makes it number 3.
Yeah, you wonder why they can't get these problem homes, these problem structures cleaned up a whole lot faster.
It's a long process.
All right, thanks, Dan.
There's yet another issue for Portland firefighters, and look at this. This map says it all. At least 50 fire calls on the 4th of July alone in Portland, more than a dozen in just a 4-hour period last night, all despite a citywide ban on fireworks.
So Coyne wants to know, is anyone really being held accountable? Brandon Thompson looked into that very question. Brandon?
Yeah, and firefighters were going from call to call to call last night. That's typical for a 4th of July. But that ban on fireworks was intended to discourage people from using them. But how can anyone expect anything to change when the Fire Bureau reports last year, after that ban was created, no one was charged for illegally using fireworks? Firefighters working to put out the fires as the sound of firecrackers boom behind them. This map shows where 15 fires were reported over just a 4-hour period. Rick Graves with Portland Fire says crews responded to 49 fires on the holiday, 17 of which called for at least 2 fire trucks. Another 150 calls were likely fire-related as well.
In the summer months when it's super dry, it's really not a good idea.
Portland banned fireworks last spring to deter those ideas, but after the 4th last July, no one was charged for illegally setting them off.
We're just working with every other bureau, like how can we create something that is a ban and has believed teeth?
In 2016, Portland had the Lower the Boom hotline. People could call in illegal fireworks. Graves says the fire and police bureaus would cite people en masse from those calls. He says overtime and staffing concerns killed the program, but there's talks to bring it back.
We had discussions across many bureaus as to the concerns.
And venture outside of Portland, in Gresham, Washington County, Clark County, or Clackamas County, the sale of fireworks remains today. Clark County tells me the county can ban fireworks sales, but it did not this year because it was not dry enough for long enough to meet the threshold for a ban. In Tigard, the red flag warning yesterday prompted the city's ban on fireworks sales to go into effect in the middle of Independence Day, but nothing is preventing sales again next year.
We didn't have any loss of life as we have had in the past as a result of fireworks, but we certainly stretched our resources pretty thin last night.
So good. Portland leaders, bureau leaders are considering bringing back that hotline for people to report fireworks. In Tigard, the city tells me that the city council is taking a look at the policies they have around selling fireworks in the city later this month. Reporting live in Northwest Portland, Brandon Thompson, KOIN 6 News.
And certainly the concern for firefighters and keeping them busy again is that even though it's not 4th of July, we know people still have fireworks. Yeah. Brandon, thank you.
Okay, we are at